Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at women handbags, and see which brands sell. Now, overall, handbags sell for about 30% sell-through rate, which is not great. And out of all the handbags that's out there, only about 22 brands actually even sell. So people only buy a certain type of handbags, and that's mostly designer. So this is more or less going to be like a list type video. And to tell you the truth, it's mostly going to be designer brands that I'm not going to say that you're not going to find, because that's pretty much what they buy. And I guess what prefer. So even I'm guessing that you could still probably find these at the Salvation, maybe at the yard sale. But here we go. First one is Betsy Johnson. And this one is not even that great, but it's one of the ones that at least had a decent amount of soles, with pretty much 400 soles in the last 30 days. And see the price, some of the prices of the purses are in the 20s. You get one that's not even a bag, that's something else. But you got this one that was listed for 25. This one had an offer on 75. This one sold for 22, and this one sold for 30, and that's actually probably like 3 of them. All right, so let's go to another one. Bottega Veneta. All right, so this one is Bottega Veneta, and this one is super like as you can see, the soles are 1,500 of this very expensive designer bag. Like this one is almost $700. This one's for $350. This one's for $300. So if you could come across this brand, I don't know where. Like look at this one, $1,600 for this bag on eBay, and it's sold. So that's it. I mean, probably will never find these, but like I said, this is more of a list type video of the kind of bags that are selling, the only kind of bags that are selling. Next one we have Burberry. Everybody knows Burberry. 1,000 sold in the last 90 days. This one sold for $250. This one for $150. This one's also for $50 right here. This one for $50 right here. As you know, Burberry. Everybody knows Burberry. Next we have another designer brand, Celine. And this one, 2,000 sold in the last 30 days. I'm telling you, designer is the only kind of bags people seem to buy. Handbags people seem to buy. This one for $540. Then you have this one for $270. This Celine bag for $270. Let's see if there's any features that stand out. Like I said, this is more of a list type video. Yeah, I got that little patch right here. I mean, it's a nice leather bag. All right, so let's go to another one. Next one, we got Chloe. Another expensive designer bag, 1,600 sold in the last 90 days. Let's see if there's like these don't really have tags on them like that, so it's hard to, there it goes. I guess that's it. That's the only way to identify it. But the other way to identify is all this nice, beautiful leather. I mean, this is a nice bag. It's a nice bag. 130, 140. I think that's probably even undersold. But then again, I don't know how strong this brand name is. You got $230 for this bag. I guess these kind of bags seem to be more in the leather department. But anyways, that's Chloe. So we're gonna add Chloe to the next list. Next, you have Dooney Burke bag, and this one is at 3,500 sold.
Don't forget to take out your trash cans
In the last 30 days. That's a lot. I'm telling you, that's people. It's just designer bags. So you got this Walt Disney collaboration for $110, and I guess it goes as low as $20. That's a $20, $54 one. Now this bag, I have seen this bag in the stores. Didn't buy it because I didn't know if it was real. That's another issue that, people that buy handbags are going to have to figure out if these bags are real or not. I know there's some Facebook groups that could help you with that. Next, we have Fendi. People know Fendi. Another very, very expensive designer. 3,000 sold in the last 90 days. This one sold for $700. This one for $400. This one for $2,225. Goes down as low as $200. I guess that's a deal, especially when you got the graphic on the bag. That's actually a deal. So let's go to the next one. This is probably one of the cheapest brands that you're gonna find on this list. With 18,000 listed, definitely this might be the cheapest brand that's listed. And the souls out of 18,000 is, 3,500 on this Fossil bag. So Fossil is it's not designer. So Fossil is gonna be, I guess, probably the most common bag that you're gonna come across is a Fossil bag. So these bags, as you can see, you got one that's $14 here. This one's $13. This one's $40. So this is a bag, and you got one that's even listed for $80. You're gonna have to look this up. I think this is gonna be like case by case on how well these bags do. So Fossil is another one that's selling. Next one is, I think it's Gucci. Everybody knows Gucci. What? That much? 16,000 Gucci bags sold in the last 90 days? I'm looking around to make sure that's accurate. 16,000. Out of how many bags? Out of 46,000 bags. That's close to... it's close. It's close. It's gotta be in the high 40%. 35%. 35%. It's still a lot of bags. 16,000 bags in 90 days. Gucci. If you could find it, that's the bag right there. So Gucci bags. All right, so let's move on. This is a goodie. Gucci, was it? Yeah, Juicy Couture. Juicy Couture has 1,000 sold in the last 90 days. Let me see out of how many. Out of 3,600, so that's about 30. Let's just say 35% also. So this is more of a vintage bag. I don't know if they still make this bag the way it is. I don't know if Gucci Couture, Juicy Couture is just strictly a vintage bag. So if y'all know, please let me know down in the comments. I know I got this vintage Y2K velour bag for $84. This is another Y2K bag for $140. So yeah, if you guys know if they still make this bag, please leave it down in the comments, please. Next we have, I think this is Kate Spade bag. 7,000 sold in the last 90 days. Kate Spade. So put that to the list. Kate Spade, I guess there's a range. You got some bags for 26. This one sold for 10 and 35. So I guess this is not super high value. I thought it would have been higher than that. 45. So I guess this bag might be even saturated. 7,000 out of 11,000. That's actually very high. The percentage is very high on this bag on Kate Spade, but the price is right. So 11,000 and 7. So it's 63% of their bags sell in 90 days. That's probably one of the highest sell-through rates. But Kate Spade has a lot of price ranges, so look up your Kate Spade bags. Next, we have Ralph Lauren. Yeah, Ralph Lauren is a solid seller. Solid seller for handbags. If you come across it, pick it up. It's one of the bags that sells that you could probably come across in different ways. So Ralph Lauren, we're going to put that to the list. Next, we have Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton, 12,000 Louis Vuitton sold in the last 90 days. This has to be the high sell-through rate for sure. 12,000 out of what? So it's 41% on Louis Vuitton. So that's one of the other bags that are selling. As you can see, it's a lot. 12,000 in 90 days. Next, we have, what do you call that? Pronounce that. Michael Kors. 9,000. Pretty much 9,700 bags sold in 90 days. Michael Kors is another popular brand. And the price is right for those. I mean, price is right if you're buying. If you're selling, you would want more. You got 25 for this, 50 for this bag, 32 for this one, 54 for this one, 100 for this one. So Michael Kors, look them up. Next, you have Miu Miu. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. If not, I don't know. Oh, it's Miu, I'm guessing. 640. So this is not that common. I mean, compared to the other bags, it's not that common. But I just added to the list because it was 600. It's still a good amount. $240 for this bag. $236 for this bag. So this is one of the higher end brands out there. Next, we have Patricia Nash. And this one has 1,700 bags that's sold for Patricia Nash. You got some patchwork, tan patchwork leather bag for $48. You got Patricia bag, floral bag for $32. Okay, so Patricia Nash. Let's keep it going. Next, we have high price designer Prada. Prada, 4,700 Prada bags in the last 30 days. I told you this list was mostly designer, and as you could see, a lot of the soles are coming from the super luxurious designer bags. I mean, you have this one for almost $1,312 here, even all the way down to $66. That's interesting. Next, we have, what is it? The Saint Laurent. Yep, Saint Laurent bag, 2,000, which is high. This one for $610. Then you have another one for $185. This one for $840. Saint Laurent bag. Next, we have Salvatore Ferragamo. Let's see how many sold on this one. 990. So pretty much 1,000 sold in this handbag. Also, Ferragamo. If you've come across it, pick it up. If you're lucky. If it's real, also. Add that to the list. If it's real. Who knows? Next, we have, I'm guessing that's the brand, the Saks. Never heard of it, of course. I mean, why would I know? I don't buy handbags, but the Saks, 2,200 sold in the last 90 days. And they all go by the Saks. That's it, but they're cheap though. You got some for $11 here, $19 here, $15 here. So I guess this is lower end, but it's sold. Almost got 2,000, 2,200. Add that to the list. Next, you have Tory Burch, 3,200. Designer bag. Everybody knows the logo. And there's a range on this one also. Like this one sold for $319. Then you have this one sold for $24. This one for $100. This one's for $80. Last one, I don't recommend. 1300. These sell, but I would tell you guys to really be cautious, because this bag you'll definitely find. Vera Bradley. You'll find Vera Bradley. I've found Vera Bradley, and I've had Vera Bradley sit for like a year. The bigger bags do better in Vera Bradley, not the smaller ones like this. You will want the bigger tote type bags, like the bigger the better. I'll put it like that. Bigger the better with the Vera Bradley bags, because I think this brand is super saturated. 1300 sold. I added to the list because there's a lot of souls, but 1300 out of 11,000. No, 1300 out of 9,000. Yeah, it's about 14%. 14%. You'll find it, but it doesn't sell well. I just added it because there was, like I said, a good amount of souls, and there's not much that's selling besides designer in handbags. So that's the information. Please like and subscribe. Check back for another video. I'm out.